standing in the rain with his head hung low. Couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold out show. Heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene. Put his ear to the wall, and like a distant scream, he heard one guitar just blow him away.
Okay, guys, it was on December 1st, 2016. What a day we have had. Well, they were feeding us all of these stories all day long about conflicts of interest for Trump and uh, just bullshit stories. Here's what really went down. You had the Oversight Committee of the United States asking the USDA, after they have asked for the last 10 years, why there was still sexual harassment, rape, and discrimination going on in the USDA. Now, the man in charge of that, his last name is Leonard, and it was an appointee by Obama. So that fucker needs fired. If this is still going on after, 10 years, 15 years, then the man's not doing his job. Okay, secondly, we need to look at House H.R. 5499. Sorry, guys. It's called the power of the purse. And from what I'm seeing, and I am very, very proud of all of you. You guys are like us out here. We have been waiting for someone to come along and lead the way. And it looks like Trump and Pence are doing great at that. And it's nice to see you boys coming out of the cupboards going, you know what? We didn't go into government working to be screwed over or to be treated like we don't matter. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So to all you guys that are coming out of the woodwork, damn, I'm proud of you. It's nice to see. I knew not everything was so corrupt that you couldn't find people that were just waiting for someone to come up in front, like, what is it? Waiting for a girl like you? Here, let's play that real quick and then we'll understand it a little better. I'm sorry. I get lost in Foreigner. I'm an 80s kid, 70s, 80s kid. One more thing tonight. Here's the biggest thing to take away from today. Hillary and Jill still want to recount. It makes no sense other than to keep those guys from being able to be involved in the electoral vote. What dirty games, huh? That is a Clinton playbook. That is an Obama playbook. No wonder they lost. They're even keeping Pelosi, toenail fungus woman, in charge of their Democratic Party. We've got this, guys, for 8 years. We better make the best of it. And the best of it to me, full steam ahead. Don't even look back at the pastiness that these lame street medias and, what do they call it, fake news now? I think most of us have been able to distinguish fake news from real news. Just check it 5 times in 5 different ways, or at least 5. You'll find out real quick whether it's garbage. Uh, we're just going to have to stand tough. I know this much. I believe in Trump. I've believed in Trump since the beginning. I'm probably one of his first fans out in the state of Wyoming. In fact, I know I was, because when we did the Republican Party convention here, Cruz was the biggest lame street besides our Dick Cheney's daughter, Liz. You'd have thought it was a party for them by themselves. And me and about 3 other women wore Trump stickers. And the minute we put them on our chest, it was like we went to Siberia. Nobody thought Trump could win. Why not? Why not? I mean, the man's got money. That's okay. I'm good with that. Because you know what? Money's not a bad thing if you know how to use it. And obviously, Mr. Trump did. And obviously, there's a lot of us out here that know how to use money correctly without getting lost off in some strange old land of, well, we got to be this or we got to be that. No, you don't got to be anything. You just got to believe in what you want to do, and you got to be able to back it up. You can find that. For me, this is why I brag. It was Dana Jones and Judy Jones versus the Natrona County Commissioners on land use rights and grandfathering. Okay, that's my badge of honor. That's my husband's badge of honor. That's my attorney's badge of honor. It's going to be, it was, and it is one of those cases that go down in history for all time in the state of Wyoming, to set a precedence. Another very good case against the EPA's overreach is Andy Johnson out of Uinta County, Wyoming. Took him 3 years, but he won. You just have to be able to fight back, people. And there are organizations that can help you do it. I happen to have to do it on our own because we bit off a lot, and they had never ever fought anything like our case, and we won ours. Andy Johnson followed me. He did really good. He had a lot of help and some organizations to help him do it, and I'm okay with that, But the fact still remains that in order to change our government, we have to stand and fight in their courtrooms. We're playing on their turf. There's just no doubt about it. I've watched a lot of guys lose because they want to play their own lawyers and they don't have the money to fight. But now that we have the internet, you can do your GoFundMe accounts, PayPal accounts to help. I mean, look at old Jill, the swill. She raised more money in 3 days than she did in her entire campaign. Well, that just tells me there's some big money behind it, and it's to screw up Trump somewhere or cause problems and steal away from his victory. I hope he enjoys his victory run tonight, and I hope he gets to do it 5 more times. Those guys are just, they're scum. A man can enjoy his victory. What the is that about? and they tried to do the same thing to me in Casper, Wyoming. They made a little bitty news article about it. Well, Mr. Jones gets to keep his cars and blah blah blah. It was like maybe 3 paragraphs at that. But the fact remains, it should have been a 14 paragraph deal. We fought back, we kicked their ass and made them look stupid. Their overreach of government entity in, the what do you call it? Testosterone was too large on their side. Same with Andy Johnson. He had fought against EPA's overreach into our state of Wyoming. He followed everything that the engineers of the state of Wyoming got all the correct permits, and then they come after him. California, Red Desert. Look at that one. You'll find that highly important. These guys went out and lived on land that nobody wanted until a developer wanted it. Then all of a sudden they were against zoning laws. If you go down to Texas, because the earth changes and the Red River moved by 3 or 6 feet, they wanted to take over another man's land because the river had moved. Go to California, look at the raisin deal. They'll take half of their crop. The government will take half of their crops to pay for taxes that they felt they owed, when in reality, we need to get the government out of our businesses. We need to get them out of our insurance. We need to get them out of our land use rights. Let states decide for themselves how that works. That way you've got the input of the people that actually live in the state. We need to get our energy industry back. I'm sick of climate change and global warming. If that shit was really real, then why does Al Gore have a mansion on the edge of California? It would be the first one to be underwater. He made a lot of money off of that. Look at what Hillary's done down in Haiti, taking advantage of poor countries, and because you wanted to sell your brother land or mine rights for gold down there, when gold mining is very dangerous to begin with. But since there is no regulations on it down there, you guys get to run roughshod over these countries. We're sick of your kingmakers and overthrowing governments that we have no business being involved. No wonder the United States is hated like it is. Look at what Hillary and Obama pulled off in Syria and Libya. While our guys were dying, they were shipping arms over there. And Hillary and Obama back at the White House worrying about how to rescue our soldiers that were been on top of buildings for 14 hours dying, whether they should go in uniform or go in as civilian looking. Everybody forgets all this shit because the news keeps trying to point us in wrong directions. But I'm asking you guys, this is our chance. Look at those agencies that are around you that have been fucking up for years. Get their names, make some mimes about it so that you can pass it on and on and on. So our President Trump knows who to put in these positions and why. Okay, that was it, guys. That was tonight's program. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to piece it together a little shorter and a little better. But I'm telling you, we have a lot of guys inside the government that really wants to make the change. They were just waiting for the right person to do it. And with Trump as a winner, give him a little bit of time. He hasn't even made inauguration yet, and he's already kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. So let's give him, let's give it to him.